Well, good morning and welcome to Mississippi. This is the Airey camp at the Tuxachanie Trail in the Soto National Forest, and today we are going to go and do a little bit of a day hike, see how many miles we can put in, see what we can see. It is so cold. We had a cold front come in last night, and let's see. If you guys can read that, 58 I think it says. So all base layered up. Let me flip you around real quick and show you this little area that I'm at right here. It's really pretty. Campsites on a hill, some picnic tables, fire rings, and over there they have a little toilet. It is a flush toilet. So the Tuxachanie Trail runs, it's about 13 miles, I think it is, total, and it goes from a trailhead on I-49 to Airey Lake is the midpoint, and then there's also like a POW camp, or an old POW camp. Now, I've never actually gone out that way, so I do believe that is where we're going to head. All right, so the Tuxachanie Trail is marked with white diamonds. We'll head across this bridge. And this is where we will duck into the woods. Look at this little guy, just right here on the trail. And another little one, little short guy. We're probably not going to go very far or very fast with all the mushrooms I see, and it's just, it's kind of cool. I mean, we have mushrooms in South Louisiana, but we very rarely have like any cool ones, so especially so many. Nice little stream, and let's see if we can do this while looking at a phone, while looking at my feet. Ha ha, done it. And there's more mushrooms. Here's another cool find for you. Just a ton of sap. Okay, well, you know, I guess thank goodness for the cool temperatures. It's not as sticky as it could be, but oh my goodness. I wish you guys could smell it. So I haven't been out on this trail since October of 2020, but this trail is kind of special to me. This was actually where I did my first 20-mile day. And like I say, I mean, it was miles, it was 20 miles, but you know, as you can see, there's just no elevation really. So, but it was still very much so an accomplishment for me. It was something I'd never done before, and I was really proud of myself. So, first 20-mile day, out here in Mississippi at the Tuxachanie Trail. Also, my first time ever meeting a thru hiker. I saw the hang tag on his backpack, and it was like just being instantly starstruck, you know, and it was just, you know, there's always that little part of you that's kind of like, man, you know, could I do it? I've never really looked at myself as a through hiker. It's not really, you know, that bug hasn't bitten me yet. My goal is to kind of be a lasher, which if you don't know what that is, that's a long ass section hiker. So, you know, going out, you know, a month at a time, or, you know, doing a couple 100 miles at a time. But I just don't know if I have it in me to actually do a through hike. But you just never know. I always sat there and said there was no way I was going to do a YouTube channel, you know. Don't ever say that you're not going to do something. It's, you know, been my experience that as soon as you say something like that, that's usually whenever things happen and you find yourself either doing it or, you know, thrust into it. So I'm open to it. Don't think it's anytime soon, but you never know. I'm just going to apologize now again, y'all, but look at this. Just look, I mean, this whole trail is just covered in these super cool little mushrooms. They're everywhere. And I'm just, look, if it wouldn't be for, I don't know, like ticks or something, I probably would just be, I don't know, rolling around on the trail, just happy as can be. Doesn't take much to entertain me, y'all. That's probably why I love coming out here so much. There's just always something to look at, and it really does. It just tickles me so much to be able to see all of these things. It brings me great joy, especially whenever it's not something that I get to see at home. So now I hope you're enjoying it too. This is like a little game trail, so there's all kinds of things to see in here if you have eyes to see. There's a little deer. There is also right here, it's a little easier to see, there's a horse. So pretty cool find. Looks like somebody did a little sliding. But let's go see this bridge. All Trails has me at about 2.5 miles past Airey Lake on my way to the POW camp, and that is where this water source is located. Another little creek crossing. Ooh. Mile 8, and oh my goodness, the trail goes straight through the mushrooms. It's like nature's little Karens. Look at this. Oh, I hope it comes out the same as I can see it. It's just so beautiful. It's just these young pines, and they're just so perfectly straight, and it just lines the trail, and it almost looks like, you know, like the trail goes through, you know, 2 cliffs or something, and you just, they're as high as the eye can see, and just so well defined on the trail, and it just looks pretty cool. Oh man, the boardwalk is definitely the way to go. So this is actually the trail. Where all that water is, you can see where it starts to dry up, and then it just, man, like a river. And I mean, as far back there as I can see. So, if you come this way, make sure you hop on the boardwalk. Just take your time on the boards. They're a little spongy, but, I mean, they're holding my weight, so there's the end of our boardwalk. Oh, wow. Let me go and show you this, if I can get a good view. Oh, goodness. It's like a little waterfall over there. Alright, now I didn't do it, but I'm going to take advantage of it. We finally get to see the underside of those things. It's a really deep cap, so it's not like your normal mushroom where it just, the gills just are kind of flat. I mean, this is almost like a bowl. Guys, we made it. We made it to the POW camp area. My phone did die on me probably about right after mile 10. And that's when the trail got interesting. So, I did get through mile marker 12. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wasn't paying attention. I did get through mile marker 12 and a little bit past that. I did do some running, so I'm heavy breathing right now. Because it is a little past 2 o'clock. And it's about 7.8 miles that I've done. So I do have to make it back to my car. So I'm going to show you the lake really quick. I'm going to use the bathroom, eat lunch, drink some water, and then a quick turnaround. So here's the lake. Isn't this beautiful? Some campers over there on the other side. I don't think you can see them. Little drainage here, some waterfall noise. And then if I actually wanted to go into the recreation area, that would be the trail that I would take. Oh, we do have a camper over here, so. But this looks like as good a spot as of any to be able to take a lunch break. All right, we are back on the trail. We are on the return trip. I do have to be pretty quick, so no more tripod shots, and everything's going to be pretty quick. Those last 2 miles that you missed as my phone was charging, I'll do my best to show you all of the cool stuff that I did get to see. The terrain changed drastically, so I'll show you that, but we got to get moving. So this is one of the areas that I thought was really pretty. Like I said, you can see we are no longer in pine forest. This kind of reminds me. Oh, and also, check out this tree. This is like the only tree that's like this. I don't know what kind of tree it is, but oh, so pretty. This is one of the kind of substantial little crossings. So just have to navigate through those roots and then back up around, and they've also gotten some pink flagging to kind of help. This way does get a little confusing, but I'll put you away because I got to deal with that. It's actually a unique way that they made this bridge too. Turned all the boards on the edge and then put them all together. Again, that's that creek that I'm kind of running next to, or walking next to. And on my way coming, I had to get on my hands and knees to be able to get under there. It's a little bit too tall for me to be able to go over, so under it is. I wish I could set the tripod up and show y'all, but we're late on time. We can't do tripod shots, so you'll just have to take my word for it that I had to get on my hands and knees to get under that thing. There she is, mile marker number 12. my break for mushrooms. Extreme dry creek crossing number 2. Psych. I'm not using that, it's too narrow. But I do have to climb down there, cross the dry creek, and make my way up that way. This is another little crossing. This bridge is all broken up. It's not hard to get across though, but look at that, an unobstructed view of the creek. So I've been walking alongside this pretty much since I started turning back from the POW camp. Check out that little guy. Like he got a little hair on him, top of him, and chewing on a straw. And this is what that other bridge was supposed to look like. It is quite a step up too. Oh, look at the size of this tree. If only y'all could see how big this thing is. All right, so confession time. I actually got turned around on trail. There was a log that I was supposed to walk over, but there looked like there was a trail that ran the length of one side of the wrong side of the bank of the little creek. All right, now this was a really tricky spot. So I came across over there, and it's very difficult to see because the other side looks like it has a trail, but you do have to cross this log right here. And this is the flagging someone has, and this is the trail that you're supposed to follow. Not too hard to pick up on your way going to the POW camp from Airey Lake, but boy, it is a doozy when you're on your way back. And so I missed my turn, and I probably lost about, I'm going to say total, about 30 minutes of daylight with this little mistake. I'm back on the right path now, but this seems like a great time to talk about on-trail navigation and even the simplest of trails. I mean, I would have never thought that this would have happened on this trail, but you know, you can have a trail that's straight and looks just like this. And all it takes is one little junction or one little tricky spot where people have made other paths, and you know, you get turned around. So I do have All Trails. That's my the app that I use, and I GPS track myself, even though, you know, even when you don't have cell phone service, and it's not perfect, but it is better than nothing. And that's probably the biggest piece of advice I would give anyone looking to do this. You know, whether you're alone or not, get yourself some sort of way to be able to GPS track your location and see where you've been, see which direction you're traveling. So that way, when something like this happens, you can course correct and get back on track. Made it, number 11. I think it was around 10.5 is kind of where my phone died. So unless I see something totally awesome, I'm probably just going to be focusing on getting to the car. Oh, look at that. It was like just a few minutes down the trail, and just the colors don't even show up that well on the camera. Oh, gorgeous. All right. Got the headlamp out. Doing good. There's a bridge. Always have to film the bridges, you know? Yay, we made it. Once I get settled in and I get back in my car, I'll give you some trail impressions and do a little review. All right, so I'm all settled in, about to start my drive back. What did I think about the trail? Not bad. There are a few places where it intersects with different trails, and that gets a little bit confusing. And I did have to use all trails when I wanted to check to make sure that I was, going in the right direction. Of course, then I also actually got turned around. So some confusing parts, but if you're doing this first little section from Airey Lake out to the POW encampment, it's a nice trail. It's well kept. It is, well marked with the white diamonds. Just have to make sure that you're paying attention for those. And it's a lot of the same thing. So the pine forest you're walking through, and it really isn't until about that last 2.5 miles right before you get to the POW camp where it just changes terrain totally, and you're actually starting to feel like you're on a legit hiking trail. But even with my little snafu, I would still say it's a good trail. It's a good day hike. I would love to come out here and camp by the lake, one day. So I think if you're in the area, I definitely think it's worth it. And I did enjoy my day. I appreciate y'all watching. Bye.